Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Pete's Corner. I'm your host, Jake Sellers. Now, this week's episode is all about the art of Oklahoma. Now, whether you're an artist that likes to create art or just somebody that likes to appreciate it, if you're a student here at Oklahoma State, this episode will pertain to you, I guarantee it. Now, let's just jump right into it. Without further ado, this is Pete's Corner. Oklahoma State is committed to the arts, and the Greenwood School of Music, they're dedicated to creating the next big group of great musicians. Hayden Alexander got to learn more about how students in the Greenwood School can come here to the McKnight Center and showcase their artist abilities.
The Greenwood School of Music is home to some of the best musicians in Oklahoma, with a musical presence that is felt across the state. Dr. Ginevro is the director of bands at Oklahoma State University, and when he's not out on the field with the Cowboy Marching Band, he's at the Greenwood School of Music, getting his students ready to take on the music industry.
One of my roles, I believe, is through this program, making our students as marketable as possible, providing enough different experiences for them that we increase their awareness of their artistry and their musicianship.
There is always something going on in the School of Music and its sister facility, the McKnight Center. The school hosts musicals, masterclasses, and concerts for the students and city of Stillwater.
It creates just a cultural epicenter. It's if you want to go and hear a concert, you pretty much any night of the week you could probably find something here.
Students at the Greenwood School of Music are constantly working to improve their skills, but for some, working hard means improving the skills of others.
Senior Rosalind Hodge is a music education major, and she hopes to direct a marching band of her own someday.
I hope to just make more people appreciate the art of music and how beneficial it could be to students.
The School of Music brings musicians together to grow in and out of the music hall.
It really just fosters an amazing sense of community and support because music is such an emotional art. It's very vulnerable.
Whether it's inviting Stillwater High students for performances and masterclasses or sending university musicians across the nation, the students and staff at the Greenwood School of Music put Oklahoma on the map.
When they leave here and go on to graduate schools or everything, the Oklahoma presence in these other schools that they go to becomes more substantial.
The Greenwood School of Music has a major influence on the music and art scene in Oklahoma, and they're just getting started. For Pete's Corner, I'm Hayden Alexander.
You can catch the concert and symphonic bands performing at the McKnight Center next Tuesday, November 7th. Now, while we're still here in the Greenwood School of Music, let's talk to Luke Presley, who has more about the music industry degree here at OSU and how it helps students get a head start.
This is Poke You Records, where the music is written, performed, recorded, and edited, all by students. Here, new artists have access to resources and equipment that isn't normally available to beginners in the music industry.
It's definitely a step up from, just being on GarageBand and trying my best to come up with, my own crappy MIDI beats and stuff like that.
This studio contains thousands of dollars worth of instruments, music equipment, and professionals of the industry, giving musicians the chance to create their sound in a professional environment.
I created the name Poke You because I wanted to allude to OSU, but I also didn't want it to sound like a student-run label. I think there's a stigma attached to that, that it would be amateur. But the quality's there. I mean, our recording studio is, $1 million plus recording studio, and the talent pool that we have here is really good.
Yes, the equipment is state-of-the-art, with the soundboard costing over $250,000 alone. But it's more than just the equipment that makes Poke You Records so appealing for up-and-coming artists. Are you ready?
It's the ability to collaborate with other musicians and receive feedback on their work, as well as combine their expertise to create a piece of art, gaining experience that is vital to become a professional in the field.
I think Poke You is just a good opportunity to let students who have never really been in a studio before or have, written music really get their foot in the door and actually take a song that they wrote on the piano or guitar and really turn it into like a full-bodied piece.
POCU Records is only focusing on students at the moment, but there are plans to make it available for others wanting to learn more about the inner workings of the music industry. But for now, feel free to listen to the singles and EPs that have already been released, and be sure to tune in to what comes next. For Pete's Corner, I'm Luke Presley.
Let's move away from the musical side of the arts to the more theatrical side here on OSU's campus. Pete's Corner's own Lindsay Height had the opportunity to speak to some directors and actors in Macbeth, the Scottish play, here at the Sarantine Center for the Performing Arts.
While it might not be Broadway, but the Sarantine Center can be a place where inspiring entertainers make their dreams come true. In 1970, Bud Sarantine helped create the $3 million OSU Performing Arts Center. The namesake of the center also has a long career within the industry.
He was very much a part of the performing arts. He made it possible for this building to exist.
The Sarantine Center includes a concert hall, an auditorium, numerous rehearsal spaces, and of course, the OSU Department of Theater. Also, the center has had the chance to host dance companies, famous music performers, and a variety of entertainment.
It's been exciting for me every day because it's something new. It's a concert, a recital, a performance by a well-known, famous person. So I like the variety.
As you can see, the Sarantine Center can help all your performing arts needs, from dance styles, concerts, and even the infamous cursed Shakespearean play.
While the next play hosted in the Sarantine Center is supposed to be set within a theater, some in the Department Theater are not afraid to say.
Shakespeare's Macbeth. People do have some superstitions about saying the title inside a theater. I am not superstitious. I have no problem saying it.
Cordy says having a show like Macbeth at the Sarantine Center can help people connect with how power is handled in today's society. Many in the Department of Theater, like Corey, help students form their craft and one day become industry professionals. This is through basic and specialist acting courses for the BFA and BA programs.
We are a perfect-sized department in the fact that the students get to spend a lot of time with their faculty members and their directors, and they're really getting a lot of individual attention.
To support the performing arts or the young actors, you can attend any of the plays in the annual dance concert throughout the Department of Theater season. For Pete's Corner, I'm Lindsay Height.
That was a scary play. Almost as scary as all the work that the poor Greek students have to do here at OSU during the week of homecoming. But what about afterwards? Let's go to Peyton Little, who has more about all the duties involved with cleanup in the week after homecoming.
Tissue paper and chicken wire. Two things that seemingly have nothing in common, but for the Greek community at Oklahoma State, they're all too familiar with it. It's called pomping. Giant decks of tissue paper are oozing with school spirit, are designed to draw in Cowboy alumni far and wide during the OSU Homecoming's infamous walk-around.
You start hanging those screens at noon on a Wednesday afternoon, you're just happy to be there, right? But by the time that everything had been put up and we had everything moving and everything was looking good, I was already just so proud.
With just how much time and work is put into making the homecoming walk-around look its best, who wouldn't want to celebrate the school spirit being brought by this once-a-year art display?
400 people total, times a week. Yeah, 3,200 hours a week. I don't know, it's 32,000. 3,200 hours a week, roughly. And then there's people who go over the limit and just succeed and just want to be in there helping as much as they can.
And it's this effort and art that gives OSU the title of America's Greatest Homecoming. But now that homecoming has come to a close, what happens to the giant paper displays lining University Avenue?
Tissue paper doesn't last forever, and all good things must come to an end. And eventually, those HOCO decks start to look a lot like my to-do list, and it's time to take out the trash.
From Friday nights under the lights to Monday morning dumpsters, the 3-month build-up to homecoming ultimately leads to piles upon piles of papers and wires left to be dumped the next morning, leaving some Greeks to feel like they've been a different kind of dumped.
It's like a heartbreak, you know? It's like you're walking away from a really good relationship. That's how I felt when I'm at the end of walk around, when we're finally done, everyone's seen all the decks, and then the game starts the next day. The decks are kind of forgotten about, so it's kind of sad.
To make matters worse, it was a gloomy week in Stillwater, and everyone knows what happens when paper and water meet.
Especially on a wet year like this, the pump gets it gets moldy. It does, especially when it's landing against all those rusted pipes. It starts to smell. The glue smells really bad, so it's really hard to keep around. But when we can, we do.
But despite the work being torn down seemingly overnight, it's more about what the tissue paper represents to those involved, rather than the bright orange designs themselves.
Being a part of the team this year was just another level of just proudness and sense of like tradition that I've never been able to experience before the past 2 years that I've been here.
The decks may be down in the dumps, but the spirit of Greek life and OSU pride remains as intact as ever. Reporting from Greek Row, Peyton Little, Pete's Corner.
Back in the JB, man, I gotta tell you, I love being an anchor and all, but my truest, deepest desire has always been to be a musician. I've never really known how to go about accomplishing that goal. Wait a minute, KOSU? I wonder what that is. Carson Buller has more about this radio station here on OSU's campus.
Their promotion of local music is beneficial for local musicians in and of itself, but for special cases like dream punk musician / art talent booker Lindsay Cox, KOSU goes above and beyond. From collaborating on music that is featured in Factory Obscura's mixtape experience to producing her own music for her band Stepmom, Lindsay has dabbled in just about every creative outlet available to her. She's even thrown her hat in the directing ring, having fully written and coordinated the music video for her song Damage Control.
It was a stop motion music video, and I did all the stop motion for it. I learned from my roommate at the time, Nicole Emmons, who is a professional stop motion animator. She kind of taught me the basics, and I just took off from there.
Gosh, stop motion must have taken you forever. How long was that process?
That video took about 9 months to make.
Director of Content and Audience Development Ryan LaCroix was already familiar with Lindsay's extensive artistic endeavors before their initial contact even took place.
I knew of her through her work with Factory Obscura, and especially with her mixtape releases. And that's where I initially kind of saw her talent for picking a diverse set of artists and diverse set of sounds and quality of sounds.
With an empty slot in the KOSU lineup, LaCroix reached out, and Lindsay's Lounge was born.
He approached me and asked if I wanted to take on creating my own radio show from the ground up, and I couldn't say no to the opportunity.
As an artist, Lindsay seldom relinquishes control over her projects. For her to thrive in the radio space, she needs creative freedom, control over production, and the belief that those involved will honor her vision. KOSU offered all of that.
They gave me full reins. They let me completely conceptualize the idea of the show, and are just giving me free rein to express myself, because I think they trust my artistic vision.
When I first heard some of her jingles and intros and all of that was my first time hearing it, and I thought she nailed it from the outset.
With KOSU reaching 582,000 people a month and 145,000 a week, Lindsay believes that their award-winning work is highly beneficial for local artists like herself.
Making sure local talent is highlighted, and then offering space for shows like mine that are a little different, that do highlight local talent. I think, they're doing a really great job.
Down at 726 West Sheridan Avenue in Oklahoma City, you'll find the friendly employees of KOSU hard at work, recording news segments and scavenging for future artists to highlight. Surrounded by their dozens of donated album artworks, it's safe to say that KOSU has earned the approval of the aspiring artists of OKC. To support KOSU in their efforts to boost homegrown Oklahoma talent, visit their website, kosu.org, and consider leaving a donation. For Pete's Corner, this is Carson Buller, signing off.
You know what? I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to start my music career. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I think I'm actually going to start my music career. It's so exciting. But before we do that, we're going to have to take a quick commercial break, but don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we have more about the Prairie Arts Center.
The Deli Department at Homeland is Oklahoma's headquarters for party trays. Enjoy the time with family and friends at your next event, and let your neighborhood Homeland create the perfect fruit, deli, or cheese tray for you. The party planners at Homeland will help you choose the perfect party food, sized just right for your guests. Call us, stop in, or order online, and we'll make it ready for pickup on your schedule. Make your next party special with a party tray from your neighborhood Homeland.
Good to be home, homeland.
Love these things. Hilarious. I'm sorry. Force of habit.
As long as you are you, it's Miller time.
Hi, it's Sam at Louis Grill and Bar, here to introduce our new menu items from south of the border. Come try our new poblano chicken tacos, or the ever-popular sriracha shrimp tacos. At Louis, where you come for the food, but stay for the fun.
It's hard to imagine my life before her, or a day without her. So much of what I take for granted simply wouldn't exist. She is the force that holds our life together. She is my everything, the center of my universe, from Forevermark. The diamond, the promise. Available at Louis Jewelers.
I'm Randy Heights with 1077 The Franchise, and let me tell you about the HCG diet from New Leaf Wellness and what it's meant to me. Over the last year, I've dropped 90 pounds, and this has been a lifesaver, guys. I'm in a wheelchair, so I can't always get to the gym, and what's been incredible about this diet, when I can't work out, I still lose the weight. 90 pounds in a year is a lot for anyone, but for me, it's been a miracle. Why don't you give New Leaf Wellness Centers a call and see if they can't help you with a free consultation, or go online at newleafcenters.com.
Thanks for sticking around and welcome back to this week's special episode of Pete's Corner, all about the art of Oklahoma. Now that we've looked at plenty of on-campus examples of where you can go to appreciate art, let's talk about more of the off-campus things here in Stillwater that you can do. Here at the Prairie Arts Center, Tylee Griffith has more about the importance of teaching art to others.
Art is meant to be shared, and one of the best ways to do this is to teach it to others. This is the goal of the Prairie Arts Center in Stillwater. It falls under the Oklahoma State University Art Department and aims to teach children and adults alike how to find their voices within their own art.
You know, we've got retired people here. We have OSU students that take classes. And so it's just nice to be able to offer art classes to anyone.
The Prairie Arts Center offers classes over different art mediums such as pottery, jewelry, drawing, painting, and so much more. They also give local artists opportunities to sell their own arts and even offer a community art studio.
I may not be much of an artist, but I know where I can go to sharpen my skills. The Prairie Arts Center has a heavy hand in influencing a community around them that appreciates the art.
I have volunteered at different arts institutes here in Stillwater, and I can really tell that teaching people about art really helps build the culture and diversity in the community.
The center also holds holiday events and hosts parties, emphasizing their belief that art is at the center of group celebration.
Seeing what the artists, here create, the students, just the enthusiasm they have around learning something new. And then just like the studios, just a community of people.
Art is meant to be shared, and this is what the Prairie Arts Center accomplishes when they offer opportunities to learn. For Pete's Corner, this is Tylee Griffith Bookout.
Well, now that Tylee's taught us all about the Prairie Arts Center, I think I know where I'm going to go to sharpen my artistry skills. But maybe another time, because right now, all I feel like doing is dancing. Let's go inside the Tumbleweed where Claire Thomas is going to show us how to two-step.
When it comes to Stillwater, Oklahoma, there is one very special place near and dear to both residents and visitors. Tumbleweed Dance Hall has been home to some of the most creative and entertaining events since 1981, allowing Stillwater to let its musical side shine. What makes it so special is that it's the biggest venue of its kind here in this small town, boasting its 65 acres, complete with an outdoor rodeo area and concert area. Maddie, a staff member out at the Tumbleweed, speaks on how a place like this keeps people in the area.
The Tumbleweed's a great place to come out to. It's really popping on a Thursday night, and we get a lot of people out here, and it's super fun, great concerts, and yeah.
The biggest event at Tumbleweed is Calf Rye, which happens every spring and hosts thousands of attendees from all over the country. With a capacity of 8,000, there is plenty of room to sing and dance the weekend away. Hayden Ralston talks about how she enjoys the yearly event.
On this music festival once a year where a lot of college-age kids can come and enjoy really good music with some really cool artists.
Many impressive artists have played here at the Tumbleweed throughout the decades. Garth Brooks, Willie Nelson, Parker McCollum, and a multitude of other stars have all taken the stage right here in Stillwater.
Artists of all walks of life come here to showcase their talents, providing memories and experiences you can only find at the Tumbleweed. Being able to see these types of events is important for the community, especially when Oklahoma has such a rich background in country music. Garth Brooks, among other artists, paved the way for up-and-coming performers to live out their dreams while also giving back to the community. CJ, one of the Tumbleweed staff members, explains how Garth put Stillwater on the map.
Yeah, Garth Brooks, he's a total icon. He bounced here when he was younger in his college days, and then he performed here. He put Tumbleweed on the map, man. He's awesome.
Having a place to experience such vibrant works of music has impacted the community in huge ways. Whether you're singing, dancing, or just there for the company, Tumbleweed Dance Hall has remained a consistent place of enjoyment for generations. For Pete's Corner, I'm Claire Thomas.
Geez, now I'm all danced out. I just feel like relaxing and sitting down and appreciating some art somewhere, but I really don't know where to go in Stillwater to do something like that. Oh, wait a minute. OSU Museum of Art. In fact, I think Pete's Corner's own Michaela Kersey checked that out. Let's see what she has more to say about that.
Found on Husband Street is an OSU staple. A post office turned art museum stands a building with a long history to bring creativity to the city of Stillwater. The OSU Museum of Art officially opened in 2014 and now keeps expanding their exhibits offered as much as possible.
We get new exhibitions about every 3 to 6 months. Some of those exhibitions are curated from our permanent collection. Some of them are shows that we borrow from other institutions.
The OSU Museum of Art now holds over 900 permanent pieces, plus a new exhibition by Leon Polk Smith to inspire the community.
It's a really fun exhibition. I really love it. It's been really great, and it's visually just there's a lot to look at, there's a lot to see.
The museum hires student workers so they can learn at OSU while also knowing what it's like to see someone's personal art being put up into a museum.
I get to work with a lot of really incredible students, and having been a student myself starting here, getting to give back to those students is really important to me.
The museum is an outlet for many residents and students to find peace, to get creative and find something that inspires them, or even just get together to celebrate art.
I love coming here. I enjoy looking at all the art. It just gives me so much inspiration for my own personal projects. And coming here, there's just so much history, so many things that you really can't find anywhere else besides a museum.
Getting to watch our visitors come in and look at the art and be inspired by it, or realize something that they hadn't noticed before, or make a personal connection with the art. That's why I'm in art in the first place.
Come visit the free experience and exhibits to keep the art alive. With Pete's Corner, this is Michaela Kersey signing off.
Now that we've looked at art displayed in a gallery, let's look at art displayed out in public. Now, have you ever been in Stillwater and wondered, what are these butterflies all about? Let's fly over to Rachel Davis, who can tell us more about how these butterflies help spread creative wings.
Stillwater has lots of public art around town, but some statues are made with a purpose. The butterflies that adorn Stillwater are made in conjunction with Wings of Hope. Wings of Hope mission is to help break the cycle of violence and domestic abuse and sexual assault. Every butterfly statue has a crisis phone number on it, so if anyone needs help, they can get its number off the statue.
We do feel like we help women change their lives and become something new.
Wings of Hope uses art to raise awareness.
When a business or an individual requests a butterfly, we actually work with local artists in town to come up with a design that matches kind of what their message is for the butterfly for their own business and their own, the purpose that it's going to serve for them.
These Stillwater butterflies come in all different sizes, ranging from the big ones you see right here to a small one that is right in my hand.
The Stillwater History Museum had its butterfly donated to them from Dr. Breedlove.
But ours is an inspiration for, we're all about Stillwater history.
and we wanted our butterfly to reflect that.
A small butterfly is $700 and a large butterfly is $4,000. Its donation goes to funding Wings of Hope. To learn more about Wings of Hope or the butterflies, visit wingsofhopeok.com.
It is art meets social services.
Man, I never realized how many butterflies there were in Stillwater. But you know what? I'm kind of tired of being here, to be honest with you. And not every OSU student is on the Stillwater campus. We do have one in Tulsa as well. So let's go to Joel Olivares to see what attractions you can see outside of Stillwater.
In the heart of Tulsa, amidst the tranquil beauty of the meticulously landscaped gardens, resides a cultural gem that embodies the essence of art, history, and community, the Philbrook Museum of Art. More than just a museum, Philbrook stands as a testament to the power of art to inspire, educate, and unite people from all walks of life. Established in 1939, the Philbrook Museum was once the home of the oil magnate Waits Phillips. Today, it houses an extensive and diverse collection of art, spanning centuries and continents. From exquisite European masterpieces to striking Native American artifacts, the museum offers a rich tapestry of artistic expression that captivates the imagination of visitors. Now that we've checked out the art inside the Philbrook, let's look at the visitor experience. I met up with a local art enthusiast to see what they had to say about the building.
I've been going to the Philbrook since I was a little girl. I remember my dad taking me whenever I was really young and looking at all of the Native American art. It was really fun.
Beyond its exquisite galleries, though, Philbrook is a hub of creativity and learning. The museum hosts a wide variety of educational programs, workshops, and events, inviting the community to explore their artistic talents and expand their horizons. From budding young artists at OSU Tulsa to seasoned enthusiasts, Philbrook nurtures the love for the creativity in every visitor. Amidst its timeless treasures, a celebration of innovation thrives. New art installations have graced the museum, breathing fresh life into its historic halls. These contemporary marvels, born from the minds of today's most visionary artists, redefine creativity and challenge perspectives. With each stroke of the brush in every sculpted form, they challenge the perspectives and invite visitors to explore the uncharted territories of imagination. That's it for this story. I'm Joel Olivares with Pete's Corner.
And that was a great trip to Tulsa, I gotta tell you. I mean, I knew Tulsa was a great city, but I didn't know how artistic it was. But now that we're back in Stillwater, I think it's time for one more package. Let's go to Miles Jennings, who can tell us more about a local artist here in Stillwater who's making his dreams come true every day.
Both raised in and inspired by Oklahoma, Melvin Bunn is an artist. Whether by producing, recording, or vocal expression, Bunn works to impact the state as much as he is drawn from it.
Was greatly inspired by many great pastors in church, such as Pastor Duran, my own father, Pastor Melvin Bunn, and being raised having to back them up in church has really inspired the jazz. And
creating music with other artists has also developed Bunn's unique tone.
We definitely can both take away a lot from each other. It's very interesting to see the way that he's developed and changed his sound ever since I've known him.
Melvin Bunn, or Abundance, often collaborates with artists both on campus or across the state, impacting Oklahoma's art, one track at a time.
Bunn shares a connection to family deeper than the music inspiring him throughout his life, almost losing it the morning of the Oklahoma City bombing.
And that day specifically, she didn't wake up, and it was at the exact time she was supposed to be in the building. The bomb went off, and she was pregnant with my sister.
With under a year until graduation, Melvin Bunn will soon reveal his full potential as an artist of Oklahoma. With Pete's Corner, I'm Miles Jennings.
Man, what an inspiring story. But you know what? All these stories have been inspiring in their own right. But that's all the time we have this week. Stay tuned for next week's episode all about the past, present, and future of OSU. For Pete's Corner, I'm Jake Sellers.